Yeah, okay. What's up? I'm Henry. I represent You Speak.
You Speak.
You Speak.
You Speak.
So that's the part where you gotta say You Speaks. You gotta say You Speaks. You Speaks.
You Speak.
Young People's Poetry Organization. I'll tell you a little more in a second. So I just want to say, this is a conference. Some people are wearing suits. Some people are wearing ties. What's good? But what was I going to say? So this part is crucial. You got to get live. You got to make some noise. You got to have fun. I'm not saying this because I'm feeling myself. I'm saying this because it just makes everything better. It just makes it flow better. So let's get loose. Let's get comfortable here. Come on. One more thing. See, hear what Beatrice just did? Do that one more time, Beatrice. Everyone try that right now. 1, 2, 3. We like to call that a gunshot. A buckshot. That's the essence of making noise, being hype for poetry, for spoken word. And so this represents, it's like the sound of a gunshot, but it's peaceful. It's the power of our words. And so I want to also recognize the power of words, because a lot of people think, sticks and stones, whatever. But did you know that in most dictatorships, dictators go, what do they do with poets? Assassinate them? Put them in prison? Why do you think that is? Because poets are powerful, all right? So, put that fist up right now. Everyone put your fist up. Poets are powerful. Yes, that's what I like to see. Okay, I'm going to do a little poem for you guys. And, yep. Racism, that thing lives in faraway places like the South and Rwanda. I don't even see race. Colorblind. I don't even see you. It's okay, you laugh. Sherman Alexie once said the city of Seattle is the capital of all things Caucasian. The liberal mecca of political correctness and new money, the prophets of software and free trade copy. So PC, our county was renamed after Martin Luther King, and our city honors the conquered native chief, complete with Americanized mispronunciation. And it doesn't stop there. The Central District has gone from 79 to 15% black in 40 years, with more condos today than corner stores. Some of the most rapid gentrification in the United States. Do you think that was an accident?
Nope.
A housing covenant once made the CD the only neighborhood where black people could live in Seattle. Ain't that some shit? The bank systematically denied housing loans to brown families above the Montlake cut easily into the 1980s. Today, real estate developers do not see melanin skin when they picture a perfect world. They call that colorblind, remember? Today, local black businesses are targeted by the police. They knock down the projects. Eviction notices are pinned to the doors of the poor. The new neighbors call 911 with noise complaints, but can't look a black man in the eye. Hipsters clutch their purses like poets clutch verses. Yuppies steady rolling strollers like cultural hearses. Local black newspaper, The Facts, used to live on MLK and Cherry with a car on the roof. You remember? That piece of history got replaced by a motherfucking doggy daycare. Sometimes white people can be so predictably disrespectful. I crossed the street on 20th and Jackson where the Hitmo used to keep us warm and cold, full of agenda and music and laughter. Do you remember? Today, there's only white silence and a for rent sign. Do not tell me this is history, Seattle. I'll show you history. Black and brown families have been pushed and pulled between oceans, across neighborhoods, played like property on a monopoly board, told they are alien in their own homeland. Ask Brooklyn, ask New Orleans, ask the Iroquois Nation, ask Columbia City, named after Christopher Columbus like DC, twice colonized. Ask the Duwamish. They might tell you it sounds like wagon wheels and gunshots, or coffee shops and levees breaking, espresso machines. It sounds like construction sites building taller, safer, cleaner, brighter. It is hard to admit it, but my own family were the middle-class settlers on our block. Once upon a time, our home was owned by an old black woman. Today, there is one black family left on the block. Michael stands in his driveway. Washing and waxing his 1996 Burgundy Impala. He has the darkest skin and the warmest smile on Aloha Street, playing all the cuts from when he was a kid growing up in that very same house. My mom says his music represents his culture, saying, "I exist." She gives him the silent treatment for playing his culture too loud. What good is more silence, Mom? This city was built on silence. I think it's time we bring the noise. Thank you. So I want to talk a little bit about risk right now. And so it's a risk for me to get up on stage right now, right? Am I right? So usually risk is scary, unhealthy, generally bad. Like gambling is a risk, you know? You could win, but you'll probably lose. Not with poetry. That's not the case with poetry. I would say. So poetry, you take a risk, you get on stage, which I want to say is the #1 fear in the United States. Public speaking, higher than death. Seriously. So I'm filthy. We're filthy. And so I want to say, like, with poetry, there's a lot that can be gained by safely taking risks that are creative, that make us feel powerful. Also, there's many kinds of risk. So right now, this is a risk. This is a lot of people right now. This is like, what, 500 people? So I performed this poem. On MLK Day 2012 in the Garfield High School auditorium. Most of the people there, I would say, are black people from the Central District. And so that's a risk for me as a light-skinned, middle-class person to own my privilege in this sense and speak about this in front of the black community. So that's one kind of risk. Honestly, it's not really as big a deal for me to do this performance. I see a lot of white people here, a lot of people who work for nonprofits, etc. That's not really necessarily who this poem is for, but I'm honored to be here regardless. And I also want to say, risk is 100% necessary for growth. For the growth of a community, for the growth of individuals. And I'm going to encourage everyone here, a lot of people here work with young people. Who here works with young people? So I want everyone who has a hand up right now, plus everyone who doesn't, for good measure, to keep taking creative risks. Keep taking risks in order to grow, instead of just asking young people to do it for you. Also just want to say, I represent You Speak Seattle.
You speak!
You speak! You speak! Sorry. And You Speaks is a young people's poetry organization. Primarily, You Speaks is organized and run by young people. That's the vision that I want to see for all y'all's nonprofits, honestly. And get involved, you know? There's lots of ways to be a part of You Speaks, and, you know, we're a family. Hit me up. I want to introduce another poet to the stage. I know y'all are going to show the most love for being here.
That was like the stage name I was given, so I just kind of took it because it sounds cool. So, so this is a lot of people. Hopefully you guys will like my poem, because I've only done this in front of our church, which was like 50 plus people, and they all love you because you're in church. So
yeah, we love you. Don't worry.
My poem is called YOLO. And if you don't know what that means, it means you only live once. And when I wrote this poem, it was more of like, I was at the point of my life where it's like everything's been given to me, and I never realized the full potential that I have. And so I feel like that's also a lot of things with young people. As being leaders, you got to realize that they already have potential in them. To So you got to be able to just give them the opportunity to take it out. After all, you only live once, so give them the chance. All right.
Eddie, speak poet.
9 months you swim in darkness, unaware of nothing else but the blackness. Only slurred murmurs pass through the layers of skin, the voice of your mom vibrating within, till the day that you took your very first breath. They'll be with you until your death. You came into this world unaware that is everything but fair. You see, it's sex like your robs many. Laughter is rare, but tears are plenty. Children die, not knowing love. The closest thing to get to peace is a dove. Mom and dad would rather shove their angry words whispered in the air and escape up above. Bitch ass, fat ass, punk ass, black ass. The words come with just a fat, the mark as big as a blast, but the words are just fast and the pockets of the guys no more language in the street. In class. Which you probably end up trying to skip. Care less about education, more about the gossip, like who got a baby by who and who got caught trying to be slick. Or which one of our sisters at the party sucking. Psych, you thought I was going to say it, didn't you? But now that I got your attention, let me share some truth.
Come on. Yeah.
You see, God has given us all a talent, a skill, a gift from Him that is real. And you got to use it to give us the ability to make every possibility into a reality. And you got to use this treasure to bring the world pleasure, get rid of the oppressor, and live with yourself.
Yeah.
Use this treasure to bring the world pleasure, get rid of the oppressor, and live with yourself, successor. Utilize it now that you were young, scream at the top of your lungs like a guitar teacher, the strongest up until you were done. Will tell you about his number. It's not for anyone. Remember to keep him number one since the day that you begun and shall retire as the one who won. I said you shall retire as the one who won. After all, you only live once, but if you do it right once is enough.
Oh.
And yes, life will be full of stunts, and I guarantee that it will be rough. But you gotta wipe off the scuff and build up a tough skin and live with the mentality to win. YOLO. Let's give it up to be just one. Alright. So my name is Vivi Perez, and I am also representing ArtsCorp. I am representing Youngstown Records, which is a youth-run record label that started in 2010. And we developed this big program with the help of Tina and Claire, of course, and other amazing teaching artists, where this youth decided to get together and create a record label, record some songs.
Yep.
We went to Washington, D.C., got to meet Obama. We got to go to this event that was music inspired by the civil rights movement, and it changed my life forever. So, I love you, Tina and Claire.
Love you, Vivi. Come on,
All
Vivi.
right. So I'm just going to do a little piece, and then I can talk a little bit more about what the piece is about and my work beyond the piece. School to prison pipeline, you don't think you fit in? Wondering about college and if you're gonna get it. Slavery is ended, but while we're still in prison, we caught up in our own minds, our minds eternal prisons. All the consumerism and all the racism feels like we're stuck in a race. But what race is it? You see the power and privilege, tell me what face is it? Let's talk about immigration, another race issue. Your family with immigration, you didn't know that, did you? We need to come together so there's no death issue. Fill your heart with compassion, feel it in your deep tissues. We're all human beings, so there should be no issue. This world might be a little overwhelming and strange. Take a step back, a breath in, and notice the change.
Yeah.
The possibility of what we can create. We can take the world and make it our own, no need to wait. Out of doing ArtsCorp, I decided to join AmeriCorps, which is the National Volunteer Service. So I just finished my second year with AmeriCorps, and I was part of one of the only AmeriCorps teams in the country that does anti-racism, anti-poverty work.
Come on! Yep!
So clearly my piece is very political, and that's just kind of what I do. And what I've been able to do through ArtsCorp, through art, is be able to find my voice and find myself in what I love to do. I was able to put words to the things that I've been seeing my entire life, things that I've been feeling my entire life, things that my parents went through, that their parents went through, things that we still go through today as youth. So, thank you.
Yep.
since you guys might be getting tired. Hopefully not. You guys are loving the art that we are presenting to you.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
All right, so here's gonna be the warm up. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, so here it is. I like to hype this. When I say vicious, I want you guys to say puppies. All right, so example, vicious.
Puppies.
There you go. Okay, so ready? All right, so I want you guys to get mad wild as if Obama was here and you guys are just like, yeah. Alright, so when I say vicious, y'all say vicious.
Puppies.
Vicious.
Puppies.
When I say vicious, y'all say puppies. Vicious.
Puppies.
Vicious.
Puppies.
Alright, so who's your favorite breakdance group?
Vicious puppies.
Oh, yeah, alright, thank you for learning. Thank you. Now here's Robert and he's gonna give you guys a couple words. Like it. How's it going, Bridge Conference?
Oh.
I said Bridge Conference, not golf course. How's it going? Alright, y'all, so I'm here to talk to you guys also about risk taking. Henry came out, killed it, so it's gonna be hard to follow up, but I'm gonna try my best today. So everybody has risk taking all throughout their lives, right? The first time I was risk taking was when I decided to enroll into an ArtsCorp program at Denny Middle School. I didn't know how to dance. Everybody in there was killing it. And I decided to go up, take the risk, try it anyway. And long story short, boom, here we are today.
Yes.
But I want you guys to think back to the last time you guys took a risk, no matter how big, no matter how small. I'll give you guys about 5 seconds. So, think back to the last time you took a risk. Okay? That risk, what did it involve? There's probably an outcome that could be horrible, and there's probably an outcome that could be amazing. But most of the risks, if you really look at it, let's talk about lottery. Lottery risk. You put in $1. What happens if you lose? How much do you lose?
Lose $1.
$1. What happens if you win? Everybody's been trying to win the lottery, right? I know where you guys are at. So, you guys, possibility of winning however much, okay? And that's one of the types of risks that we're talking about. But we're also talking about risks that the youth go through every single day. Okay? May not be the lottery, but it might be, what if I go out and present myself this way? How are people going to look at me? And those are the type of risks that we want to encourage, because if it wasn't for risk taking, personally, I can only tell my story, I wouldn't be going to college right now. I'd try to get that quick dollar and graduate from high school and try to just go get a job and pay for everything from there. But instead, I decided to go to college. And off top of that, taking a risk, I decided to go get my bachelor's degree in chemistry. And on top of that, I want to go to medical school where I can help youth all throughout the world learn how to take risks for themselves. So, here we go. Without further ado, we're going to perform for you guys one more time. What was the exercise, Sammy? When we say vicious, y'all say what?
Puppies.
Vicious.
Puppies.
Vicious.
Puppies.
All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing VS2000 from the north to the south to the east and the west, bringing you the best of the VS. Nobody beats VS2000.